Hello, hello, hey, hey, this is OkayOkayOkOk. Today I'm drawing Tales from the Crypt Keeper 16. As you can see here, we've got a lot of bodies. There's bodies all over the ground. There'll be bodies all over the place. What is that from? Man Who Knew Too Little. That's a good movie. Good comedy. Bill Murray. Uh, so this is Tales from the Crypt Keeper 16. This is the one of the pages from Tales from the Crypt Keeper 16. The story is Mansion of Many Mistakes. That's a tongue twister. Mansion of Many Mistakes has more bodies per panel, I think, than any other story in Tales from the Crypt Keeper series. We are approaching the 10-year anniversary of this comic series, which is crazy. I've been doing this for 10 years, and so thank you for all your support on this comic series. It's been a really fun series to work on. As you know, there's always the story idea contest prior to the comic coming out, and so you can submit story ideas through that contest and usually pick 2 or 3 ideas and turn those into short story comics and make a collection. And so, as you can see here, I've got like a panel of some characters. There's quite a bit of characters in this, as I was saying. Bodies all over the place. I'm trying out a new group of brushes too. I don't know if you've seen all the ads. If you're an artist, you've probably been targeted by all these TrueGet texture supply ads. I'm not a sponsor of them. I am just an artist who saw this and was like, hey, I'm going to try it because why not? I can write it off of my taxes. So yeah, I got these new brushes and I've been trying them out, and I have to say I'm kind of on the fence with them. Let's see. Well, let me at least get on the inking, the right layer. So I'm kind of on the fence with them because as you can see over here, I think you can tell this close up right here. This was done with one of the inking brushes, and back here I used my normal, just the basic brush that comes with Photoshop. You know, like it doesn't get any more basic than that. And I'm kind of on the fence because unfortunately I've kind of built my style around using these super basic brushes, and you know, you can definitely tell a difference between the basic and let's see, where's this? I'm looking for the 50 wide range. There it is. You can definitely tell a difference, and I'm not sure that's a good thing because it definitely kind of jumps out at you. I probably am working in too much detail to be using these big brushes on these small figures. Maybe I'm just working with too much detail in general. Maybe that's why I take so long to do a page, is I'm doing too much detail. But yeah, there we go. It's kind of obvious when I use these, so I've been reserving them for like the close-ups. But you will see some of the difference in this comic. You'll see some of the new brushes being used, and I think they're great brushes. It's just it's kind of unfortunate that I've kind of developed my style around using the super basic brushes. So I don't know. What do you think? If you I've kind of put some questions up on my Subscribestar to see what subscribers, how they feel about it. Do you like the you know, the new kind of textury look of the brushes? They're meant to look like real inking brush pens. And so let's see what's going on over here. So if you don't know my process, I usually just like fly through as fast as I can every step of the way until I get to the inking, and then the inking is where, oh, okay, I see. So that is the this is not very good design right here, because their legs are looking like they merge. So whoops. Let's give her like a leg that kind of juts out there, and this leg back here we're gonna have to thin it out so it looks like it's back behind let's give some knee lines to help. And I'm going to switch back to my super basic brush. And you can see it's very different. It's very much just like, you know, pulling a very, it's basic, you know. I don't know how else to describe it. I think basic is the right word to describe it. It is, I will say it's fun to use those brushes that like go large and get, you know, big and kind of, you can like get big wide lines by just pushing down, so you can work real slow on the page. And what's going on? Oh, that's the eraser. You can work real slow and just do, it's really fun to do that stuff with the, it reminds me of what it's like drawing with traditional media, and I really miss that. So yeah, I used to love working in charcoal. That was one of my favorite mediums. Very messy, and it gets all over your hands, but it's fun to like smudge and smear. For years, like I never worked in color. I only did sketches and ink drawings, and I was not confident with color at all. I was kind of scared of color. And it wasn't until I had like some color theory classes that I started painting, and then I sort of, you know, realized what I was missing out on, and then I switched over to color. It's kind of like that Truman Show movie. That's not the Truman Show. Pleasant Valley, is that the movie where it's all black and white and then it goes into color? But yeah, I'm also trying, you can't see my pen, but I'm trying a different actual physical pen. I'm gonna kind of shake it in front of the shake it in front of the microphone. It's a very tiny pen, like it's like a twig compared to my other one, which is like a fat Sharpie. And I'm trying it because I accidentally took it upstairs, and I just didn't feel like going upstairs to get my other pen. So out of laziness, I found something I should have been doing all along, because I'm using this small pen, and it might hurt my fingers a little bit more, because it's just, you have to hold it a little bit. It kind of makes your fingers more tired faster. Tires your fingers out faster, but it's pretty cool. I'm able to get better pressurized strokes, and I'm able to kind of like hold it more delicately, which might not be a good thing, but so well, that's sometimes when I'm not rushing, I get better results. So I'm kind of rushing. I'm trying to go through this fast, but that's kind of a good thing. I'm trying to force myself to rush, because I feel like when you do that, you actually get more, your lines end up looking more enjoyable. Like I don't know, whenever it looks like you spent a lot of time on something, it starts looking like, you know, it doesn't translate to being fun somehow. It's weird. It's like going fast while you draw is like smiling when you sing. I don't know if you've ever heard about that, but you can tell when someone is smiling when they sing. Usually, like, there's a difference, and I think that's kind of the same thing. You know, it's like whenever the work is kind of sketchier, not saying like it has to look bad, but when it looks like you're having fun with your lines, and you're just letting letting your fingers fly, I think it looks more fun, and it's more alive. I don't know, you see more personality in it, and so it's more enjoyable. And I even with me going fast, I'm I'm not doing enough because I will look at other comics, you know, the published comics, you know, and a lot of them, I definitely see stuff that I'm not capturing. I wish I could do better at, where it's like they just have more energy in their ink, and I just feel like I go too slow with my inking, and so that's always something I need to work on. There we go. So this person over here has a bow and what is it? A bow and like a ponytail. I guess that's what you call it. And it's kind of been funny. I've definitely not been feeling the subject matter as I draw it, because I've been watching like Saving Private Ryan and Band of Brothers. What other? There was, we have like Paramount Plus this month, so there's just been some good war movies on there. Band of Brothers is on Netflix, but Saving Private Ryan, I don't think there's a better war movie than that movie. That's just a really good one, classic. Can always go back and watch that. I've just remembered that this is her outfit. I kind of drew it wrong. I believe she has long sleeves on here, so I need to like make it look like these are long sleeves. And I put it, there we go. Yeah, now I see. If you lose focus for 1 minute, suddenly everything gets messed up. All right, so I think she's about done. Well, let's move on to the next character. And by the way, these characters, if you're not in my Discord server, it used to be tied to Gumroad. Whenever you bought a comic through Gumroad, it would automatically throw you into the Discord server. Now that Discord is gone, let's see, there's really not a good way to get in the Discord server other than Subscribestar. If you sub to my Subscribestar for any amount, you get thrown into the Discord server. I also have my Discord server information available to anyone who gets a commission. If you want to communicate with me about your commission over through Discord, just let me know. Usually I don't let people into the Discord server unless there's some sort of payment involved, not to put it behind a paywall, because if you ever join my Discord server, you are more than welcome to communicate through it and be active at any point. It's more of just a barrier for trying to keep 18 and over people in there, because usually payment requires to be 18 or over. But again, there's no restrictions on, you know, like once you're in for good. It's kind of just the bar for helping me know that I can feel safe interacting with you. Let's see. And we're just talking. It's you'll see in the server, there's nothing weird going on in there. Well, not usually. I have, you know, it's not just me talking in there, so I usually try to keep things pretty light in there. And most of the time, the Discord server is only like super active during the sketch months, like the commission months, because that's when I'm constantly posting sketch updates and progress. All right, so she has Yeah, she has these kind of fluffy. That was not a fun line. There we go. Just basic. Yeah, it's been a kind of a rough week. Can't count on one hand how many things go wrong, but it's funny, like you don't realize how many things in your life are all functioning at a functional capacity until stuff starts like failing and messing up and needing repairs, and suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, what else, what's next? But I've got AC going now. The AC in my car is out. I tried doing a AC refrigerant refill, and that did not fix the problem, so I'm guessing it's a AC compressor. Maybe the AC compressor belt. I heard a strange cringy noise while the belt was turning, like like the belt's like squeaking as it goes, and the power steering went out as that belt was making that noise, so I thought maybe it was related to the power steering. I don't know. I'm not very good with cars. I use YouTube to make repairs on the cars, so I'm not very handy with cars. But that's something that went wrong. Our dishwasher, the dishwasher just stopped working. It was a 4-year-old dishwasher. It's Frigidaire, which is bottom of the line, cheap as you can get, and it just came with the house. So I would not recommend Frigidaire dishwashers because it does seem like they have about a 4-year life cycle. It's kind of funny. They even write in the warranty, like, your warranty lasts for 3 years, and it's pretty common for them to die on the 4th year. So they know how long it's expected to run. They're pretty. That's pretty. I don't know what you call that. It's not really slimy business practice, but we guarantee it for 4 years, and we know it'll die on the 5th year. Like 90% of the dishwashers don't make it past year 5, that kind of thing. But yeah, I uninstalled a dishwasher and I installed a new dishwasher, and it was a pain in the butt. It's $200 to pay someone to install it, and they can't come to install it. We didn't learn this till afterwards because we meant to pay for the install and just forgot to. But anyways, it was going to be like 5 days before they could come out, and my wife is recovering from heart surgery, and I was like, I know she's not going to be able to do dishes, so this is not going to be good. Like everything, bad timing. So I was like, I gotta get this done. So I did it, and yeah, there were some really frustrating moments because I don't like working with like in confined spaces, and like the cords from the wall that you have to like, there's some electrical wires that you have to twist tie together, sort of thing, and these wires were just barely long enough, and I'm working in like a half-inch hole, and my fingers are just barely fitting in there, and you have to like twist these things together, 2 wires together in like a 1/4 of an inch of space. It was just, I was losing my mind trying to get this thing done. It was a lot of tiny, like claustrophobic space kind of things. All right, so I'm getting distracted here. So, yeah, that was fun. A lot of cursing on that day, but a lot of basic problems happened too. I don't know who installed the dishwasher, but like screws were stripped, and I had to like tear the bottom plate off because someone had screwed the screw in almost beyond the kick plate thing, and there was no getting it out. So I just had to rip it off, and then I had to do new holes for a new drain pipe and all this stuff, and I didn't have a hole saw, so I just had to use the giant. it was a fun day, fun day. But I love doing DIY projects, so I get immense satisfaction out of doing that stuff. If I had not been an artist type person, I would have really liked being like a home builder or a basic handyman person. Like I don't know, so building projects and getting projects done. I really enjoy that process of like creation and getting a project done. Like I really want to build a shed out in my, basically like a second little tiny house almost out in the backyard, but I know it's going to be expensive, and I don't know when I'm going to do that because I never have time, but that's what I would love to do if I had time and money. That's what I would do. I'd build a little house to put my lawnmower in. Yeah, sometimes like thinking about the end result and what I would do with it actually makes me think, you know what, maybe I won't do that. Let's see, what, I don't remember. I'm trusting that I have the outfit right here. Oh yeah, I do. I know what I'm drawing now. So yeah, these were supposed to be a little bit bigger, but you know what, it's okay. All right, so, I completely got off track. In my Discord server, that's why I was bringing up. These characters were actually suggested by people in the Discord server. Because one day I was like, hey guys, I've got to draw a lot of characters in this comic. Does anybody have any suggestions they want to throw out? And a few people did, so I've gotten some characters in here, and I know sometimes there's there's no comments, but I'm sure there's an internal dialogue with some people where they're like, it kind of looks like them, it kind of doesn't. There's a likeness, and that's intentional. Like I don't want to like copy exactly someone, because a lot of times it's like I don't want to like upset anybody that, you know. When it's completely obvious who I draw, then I start to feel bad because I'm like, I never really checked with them and got their permission. And, you know, like, you're supposed to do that, I think. So that's why I always do very, you know, it kind of looks like them. So I'm not trying to draw. There's been a few times where I did check with people, and if I'm trying to do it to where it looks like them. But if I don't check with them, I make sure it's like, well, I mean, it looks like them, but it could also be mistaken for someone else. And a lot of these people are like, you know, it's not like I'm doing close-ups of them. This person right here, I have a close-up of, and this character over here, I have a close-up of on another page, but they are not modeled off real people. They were like kind of made up comic characters. Okay, she has long hair. I don't know how I'm going to show that, but I think if I pulled it out to the side here, it would look kind of weird. We'll just have it go down her back. All right, so there we go. should probably pull up the chat. I'm trying to think about any comments that I've heard made yet. I think I know the only comment I can recall off the top of my head was someone said the dialogue felt very odd, or and that I was assuming they meant with one of the stories, because I don't want to get into that, because maybe the story might seem a little bit, they wondered if I used like Chat GPT for creating the story, and I was like, no, I've never used Chat GPT actually. I don't know how to do that. I guess you go to a website, but yeah, I enjoy the process too much to give it off to AI, and I don't trust AI. One time I did use AI was, I don't think someone sent me a drawing. Someone took one of my drawings and put it through an AI modifier thing. It was the old Transformation Candy comic page, and they put it through an AI transformer thing, and it kind of cleaned it up and made it look more anime. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's really cool, because like back then my shading was not. I probably rushed through it, and I didn't really shade it that well, and the AI did a pretty good job, but it also did some really, really bad mistakes on it. And so I remember doing this thing and submitting it to DA, being like, hey, what do you think, everybody? Like, do you like the original, or do you like AI? Or because I cleaned up the AI version, and I timed myself, because I was like, I need to see if this actually saves me time. Like, is this a tool that I need to start learning to use? And my conclusion with that AI was, no, it did not save me time. And in the end, it was like, I could have just done that without AI at the same speed and everything, where it was like, and just not used AI. So like, I think that's kind of where a lot of people stand now with AI being used. And I think the bubble is starting to pop a little bit, where it's like, when like companies, when you're actually trying to come up with a very good end product, it's like, no, you actually have to put a lot of human work into it in order for it to turn out right. And it's not worth it. You can do the same amount of time on, and there's exceptions, but I would say if a lot of what I'm doing, especially like with the comic page and this kind of stuff, like there's no shortcut with AI to this. Like, there's a lot of work in it, and AI is not gonna like speed it up, and it's not gonna help you. So that's why I feel pretty safe about comics not being replaced with AI, because there's just so much in the process that involves a skilled human artist in comics. So I really like doing comics. If I wasn't doing comics, I would love to do animation. And I really, really like some of the animators' work out there right now. Like, I know the thing I know is like it takes a whole lot of time just to do like a 2-minute clip. It takes like 2 months to do 2 minutes or something. And so that's always like very discouraging to me, but at the same time I spend like 2 months on 16 pages. So It's just when you're putting in a lot of work, what do you want to do with it? What do you choose? I like telling stories, and you can't do that with animation unless you have a team. And I do not have a team. I'm a one-man show, so I like to do comics because it allows me to tell a story. Alright, so I didn't do her hands over here. I should probably just go ahead and bite the bullet. Let's do it. I tend to do that a lot with my work, whereas like, you know, I just don't feel like doing this. I'm gonna pass over, especially the like the tutus for these things. Like, I hate doing the tutus. I do not like drawing those. And so, yeah, I usually wait until the very last thing, there's the very last thing I do on a page. I need to figure out some sort of method for drawing them that's like an easy trick. Alright, okay, so this is just an open, nothing's covering this up, so I should probably draw some tape lines and stuff like that. Alright, now we gotta do the dress, the bottom of the dress. Let's see. Usually it helps if you just, I'm gonna go on a different layer and just kind of fly through it and figure out which one looks the best. It looks puffy, I'll give you that, but I just don't know. I don't like doing the dress part. As you can tell, I have very limited experience with this kind of material. I'm not drawing what I know. I say write what you know, you know. I'm not doing that. Okay. Now let's go on to the other layer and I'm trying to draw something that looks like a, I'm trying to think of an ostrich. Oh, can't do that. I messed that up. Ostrich. This past weekend, I had fun getting my old Sega Genesis out. That was my first console ever, was the Sega. And I still have like Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3. But I pulled out Balls, B-A-L-L-Z. Is a game for Sega Genesis. If anyone out there has ever played that, I would be impressed, because like I was just, that game was crazy. Like you can't really describe that game without seeing it, or you can't understand it, because that game was weird. But it's basically Mortal Kombat with balls. So very funny game. And it was like, I feel like I need to do a stream of some of my Sega games, because those were interesting days. Like, wonder if there's still games like that being made out there. Made me think that, like, it kind of sounded like a Skrillex song being like, it's the theme song. It's like, hoink, yeah, hoink, yeah, But anyways, there was Road Rash 2. if you ever played that game, that was really fun. I played hours of that game. It was mostly the music that was really impressive for, you know, like is it Sega 32-bit, or I feel like it's more than 8-bit, but I was just impressed with the soundtrack of that. But you have to listen to the music for hours, because you just, some of those races, like, you'd be getting into, you know, like, you complete 5 tracks, and then once you've completed those 5 tracks, then you have to complete those same 5 tracks again, but they add on like 2 more miles, and then you have to beat them again, but they add on 2 more miles and 2 more miles and 2 more miles, and it just keeps, the course is the same course, it just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. And so, like, eventually you're racing for like a 20-minute course, and yeah, it's you listen to a lot of the music while you're playing that game, and it's a very difficult game to play. It's hard to go full speed and not get hit by a car, and have the cops pull you over, and not to get beat up by other players. You know, you can steal their chains or their clubs. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Sega games, was Road Rash 2. When that music comes on, it's like, oh, the memories. I remember playing Road Rash 2, listening to Beastie Boys' Hello Nasty. Man. Oh, the nostalgia. Okay, here we go. Yeah, maybe one day I'll like just stream some stream some video games for fun. But not the normal games, like not like Baldur's Gate 3. I've never played Baldur's Gate 3. I probably should, because, you know, it's like supposedly the best game ever. But I don't really like open world games. That's not really my cup of tea. Let's see here. I don't know if Baldur's Gate 3 is an open world game, but I get too, in those open world games, I get feeling like, what am I doing? Why am I playing a game? And like, there's, you know, at some point in my life, I really enjoyed playing like the Modern Warfare 3 games. Like, those were like adrenaline rush games for me for a long time. But then eventually it's like, well, life is more, has more, you get more stuff to do in life than you can keep up with. All right. I'm drawing hair over here. I'm drawing on a new layer, so I guess it'll come straight down. And I'm using a basic brush. Let's have some fun with the wide range. I'm going to go a little bit smaller too. Now I've got Road Rash. That Road Rash music in my head. I think it's I've got the Arizona theme song from that game in my head. And then when he comes in first. Public Enemy #1 and Viper, Slater, Leslie. Who else is in that game? Your enemies or your friends? I'm going to erase that. That's not looking good there. Let's see. But yeah, I played a little too many video games this weekend, and I'm probably gonna start regretting it towards the middle of the week. I stopped playing video games because I'm on the computer like all day drawing, and then you get off the computer and it's like I can't look at the screen any longer. I just want I can't look at the screen any longer, and so that's part of what I think what made me kind of quit. Makes it easier to quit video games. It's like it's just brutal by the time you're midweek. Is like I feel like I've been staring at a screen for like the entire week, sitting in a chair staring at a screen. There needs to be a song about that. Okay, there we go. I'm thinking maybe did it come back to me? Thinking I was going to come down a little bit more with that line. Okay. So there we go. I think I have, I think I finished. The top 2 panels. Yay. Yeah. Road Rash 2. Try to do a Road Rash 2 stream just so you can hear that music. Probably gonna go find that on YouTube so I can listen to it for a minute. Alright, so there we go. Top 2 panels. I'm gonna work on this as I close out here. Why don't I use the large pen? And again, this is True Grit Texture Supply pens, and I have found them to be pretty cool. They're fairly expensive. They're a little more expensive than I expected them to be. That's why it took me a little bit of time to commit to it. But if you're in the game like me, I would suggest giving them a shot. Let's see. I got the comic illustrator pack, and it ends up being like $60, I think, which is a lot, but a lot of work. You can tell a lot of work goes into them. The instructions themselves take you a while to get through, so you just know that when that's going on, they put a lot of time into it. And I went through and picked several brushes out that I enjoyed doing, and that's what I'm not using all the brushes. I'm just saying like, oh, I liked this brush. Maybe at some point I'll go back and, well, that's not true. That's not right. Maybe at some point I'll go back and add some more brushes, swap some in and out, but I do like this one brush right here. What's it called? It's the Wide Range Pen. Yeah. It's a little too big for some of the small details I use, though. There we go. That's a little bit better size. But it's definitely more of a true feeling of using an actual ink pen on paper. And it's nice that it kind of does some things different. As you draw, it kind of surprises you. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll let that happen. Not everything you do is intentional, so you have some happy mistakes, as Bob Ross would say. But yeah, this is Tales from the Crypt Keeper 16, Mansion of Many Mistakes. This will be out August 31st. That is a Saturday. Usually I do it on Sunday, so it could end up being September 1st. But that's also when my commissions will start back up. And I don't want to be too overwhelmed on the first. So I don't know. I might do something special and make it a Saturday release. You can find me on DeviantArt, OkayOkayOkOk, and that's okay spelled out the first 2 times, and then just the letters OkayOkay second time. On DeviantArt, I'm on Twitter, Subscribestar, and what else? Discord. Does anybody call it X? Or is it just Twitter still? Anyways, this is OkayOkayOkOk. Thanks for watching some inking with me, and I hope you're enjoying the comic and looking forward to it. This has been another live drawing just to say I'm still here, I'm still alive, I'm still drawing behind the scenes. And I will see you next time.